Today I received a parcel from a company in the United States. It's my new company where I buy a lot of items from because I own an American classic. It's come all the way from Detroit. They always give you a little magnet. That one is a little Pontiac Trans Am. Put that just up there. This one today is for a brand spanking new. Anybody know what it is? Any ideas? That looks a lot bigger than the other one. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to take off the old one yet again. I had it off on the weekend and I bench tested it. Sounded very, very noisy. I will share the video of that now. As with everything, disconnected the battery first and foremost. Just show you what I'm looking at here. So I'll turn that light up a little bit. Here is the starter motor, which I'm going to replace. Here is one bolt, and then just somewhere through there we have a second bolt. All these wires and everything are here. All those I took off last week. Everything I take off I'm going to save as spares. I've got to undo that nut just in there as well, and then that should just fall out. It's sad to say, but I'm kind of losing a bit of faith because I've had the car only, you know, a month or two, and already I'm having to take parts off. And I get that, you know, these things can happen. But what's bothering me the most is that I've tried a lot of things with this so far to get it going, and nothing's working, and it just makes me worry. I think that was a 15. Okay. Okay, where's that 13 gone? See, I'm already losing things. Wasn't a 13, was it? It was a 15. Silly me. These, in theory, should be pretty loose because I tightened them off last week. There we go. It took a lot more force to get these off on the weekend. This is a really long bolt, by the way. Just gonna speed up. Oh, I thought I got it. No, still a bit more yet. There we go. Told you it was a long bolt. And then we have a really awkward one here. So what I'm gonna do for this one is pull out that special tool there, which actually will put a little bend, a little elbow, which should enable me to just turn it at an angle. This one's not quite as long as the other one. There we go. And we're out. The new starter motor is in. Now it's just a case of lining these bolts up. So the new starter motor is on. The battery has sat for a few days, so I'm just going to do a quick volt check on the battery, check that the battery's still charged enough, and then I'm going to try and kick it in and see if it starts. If it doesn't, I'm starting to think it could be the neutral safety switch, which I do have just here. If that doesn't work, I'm going to try this, and if that doesn't work, I'm stumped. I have no idea. So this is your ignition switch here. That's your live battery terminal, and when you try and turn the car on, when you crank, you'll just see there's the flywheel just in there. So a little gear pops out of this and engages with that and cranks the car. That's what it's not doing currently. When I first took this off on the weekend, I noticed there was a little bit of oxidization around that nut. I cleaned that off, stripped this down and cleaned it on the old one. When I tried to put it back together, this piece here actually snapped, so I didn't get to try out to see if cleaning it worked. So I brought the new piece. Fingers crossed, guys, fingers crossed. It's on 12.0, so it's not that high. I've recruited the help of my dear wife Sylvia. Admittedly, when I tried to kick it in, it didn't work. Now the final thing to try is the gearbox neutral safety switch. And I'm stood here and I'm having a little play around with it. It's very awkward to get to, down on top of the gearbox transmission. This cable here actually pushes and pulls. As you put it from park, neutral, drive, 1, 2, 3, it pushes and pulls inside that little hole, and then it puts it into gear. Now, this is a safety switch, so if you're in drive or any of the gears, 1, 2 or 3, it won't let you start the engine because it won't let you start in gear, hence the safety switch. If I physically push the bracket in all the way, which I did, that then is in park. The car's just started. The car started. So my belief now is that this is stuck in gear. The car is in gear constantly, hence why it won't start. But I'm going to demonstrate for you quickly the two differences between being in park and being in gear. That piece there, that little bracket, is supposed to move, and I'll demonstrate it moving, look, see? Right, as you push and pull on this wire, it should push it, look. You see? That's what it's supposed to do. Pull it back. Now, we're having a no start, no crank situation. I've replaced the battery and I've replaced the starter now. So Sylvia's going to demonstrate what the car actually has been doing. So just try and kick it in, Sylvia, and this is where that lever was sitting. Yeah, and it's just cutting out altogether. That's the ignition on. Tries to kick it in, nothing. You can hear the relays clicking. Now, if you hold off a second, now what I'm going to do is push that, which I think that's currently sitting in gear. So if I'm going to push that all the way to the far end, which should put it into park. Now try. And it's working. Baby, look at this baby girl. Oh, precious girl, best friend. So I came across the first problem, which was getting these rods to go straight the way through. It might just be that one, but let's find out. Screw 'em in. See, that's gotten better actually. That's how it should have gone in. This one, getting so far and it's stopping. What I've had to do is kind of grip it, and you can probably hear Tiki in the background. Can you hear him? Listen. It's like he's trying to copy the sounds. So this one is almost built now. Just got to put the sides on, and the little end pieces, which is these ones here and 2 of them, and then the rest of it's got to be built. I mean, the most tedious part is probably these things here, like getting the bolts inside there is a really awkward job. And apart from fiddling around with that and getting them rods in originally, it's been quite a tedious job. Straight away after this, I'm going to put the plants that I've got there in these with the soil. I've got loads of soil just there. I did buy 6 bags of soil. I thought these were a little bit taller. I knew they were a lot shorter, but I thought they were taller than what they are. So I think I'll have more than enough soil, which is fine because I can use some of that in the garden anyway. Obviously I've got another one to build after, so I'm gonna have to get rid of them planters somehow. I'm gonna have to take these away, and then I'm gonna have to sweep that out. And then I'm gonna get the jet wash. I'm gonna move everything out the garden, and I'm gonna jet wash it all the way across, give it a clean, and then put them in place. And it should be nice then. Police there, flying around. Been flying around most of the morning. Is it looking for somebody? He's back again. He's probably watching me on his camera right now. Let's got his light on. Yeah, brew. Okay guys, we've got the 2 planters now built up. I've had to sacrifice some of my favourite rocks. Every time I go to the beach I collect rocks, yeah, and I've had to sacrifice some because I need to just fill in these little gaps here. But next plan is we're going to rip all them plants out of there, and I'm going to move, well, I'm going to start jet washing down, sweep it all out. I'm going to jet wash both driveways just to keep it even, and then I'm going to put these in place, start filling them up. I mean, I'll put them sort of over there in line and fill them up, but I can't fill them completely because they'll be too heavy to move.
So how's the light coming from?
Well, I've taken the light forward, 2 bolts, and it's all come off.
Yeah, the whole thing coming out, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's so easy to do it. And I've realised just how much I love French people.
Should I be scared?
No.
Good.
We're having frog's legs for tea tonight.
No.
Because to celebrate just how easy it is to work on a Peugeot. Can you go flick your ignition on? Turn your lights on for me. Moment of truth. There, yes. Stopping it. There we go. Now just come down somehow. I think that's it. There's a slidey bit there. So I'll take it back that way. There we go. Right. There we go.
Perfect.
There we go. There we go.
Wonderful.
It's just a bit of wiggling around, that's all.
Yeah, you're the best. I know that.
That's all I've got to say today. My hands are killing me, my feet's killing me. I keep having sharp pains from the back down into my feet. Oh, well, that's both of the planters there. There's a little gap at the end of the driveway, but it's not so bad. It looks bigger now. Makes the garden look bigger. Looks tidier. Nice little planters. I'm going to shovel all this into the car in that bag there. Did say I was going to walk Luna about 10 minutes ago, and I still haven't walked her, so I just want to go to bed. I've still got stuff to do. I've got stuff to do. We are into the next day now, and I'm going to finish this driveway off. All of this paving is going to be done. I'm looking forward to getting this done because it's well overdue. Obviously I did next door's garden the other day. Theirs is pretty spotless at the front now, but mine's still got that line where I stopped. I'm going to do the pavement just outside as well. I don't like leaving a mess in the street. So I've been work all day, and I've been to the gym after work. I came home from the gym after work, and it's like 26 degrees today. It's very hot. 26 Fahrenheit, I think. Celsius might be different. So the British version anyway. I had my aircon replaced in my car probably 2 months ago. I had the aircon replaced. It's not been cold. Like, they've replaced it. I've paid like 70 something pound for them to replace it, and it's not getting cold. It's not getting cold. Now, I know it's a warm day, but the aircon is not getting cold. It's not even going cold in the car. Aircon's gas, so it should be always freezing cold. I've decided to do the cheap thing first, which was have a look and potentially replace the pollen filter, aka cabin filter, depending where you're from. This thing It's pretty dirty, but I've got a dog that's like completely attached to me right now. Are you okay, Luna? Can I have some space, please, dog? Can we have some space, please? This is all she's been like since I got home. I think she's hot. So yeah, look, it's full of rubbish. I've just been and brought a new one from Euro Car Parts. Cost me £10. And yeah, I'm going to look at replacing this. My arm's wet because of Luna. I need some aircon. So Bosch to Bosch one. I'll show you the difference. I mean, I can do a comparison if you want. I don't need to do a comparison. Look at the difference. Yeah, this one's white. Can't remember how I took the other one out, so this could be quite awkward. Ignore all these bits on the floor. This is stuff out of my glove box. Every DX. We have an important delivery for you. Neighbour at number 9. Did I collect that? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, okay. It's Eric Clapton CD. Yeah, this is just rubbish for now, so just ignore that. I can't remember where I took this thing from. I think it might have slid up there, actually. Does it go that way, though? That's the question. There we go. There we go. I'm going to turn the engine on, and I'm going to see if that's worked. Okay, that's the engine on. Now, I'm going to give it a couple of seconds. Should still be warm, because it is like 1,000,000 degrees. I did take everything apart earlier. So, oh yes, you see the new filter in there now, look, clean as anything. It's quite dirty in there, isn't it? If I had some Dettol I would spray it, but I don't have any, so I'll do it next time. But yeah, it's all this sort of stuff that gets caught in it. Leaves and debris. So the engine's been on for a little while now. Just gonna listen. Turn the aircon on. Oh, I think it's worked. Please don't jinx it. I think it might have worked. It's definitely colder. It feels colder. Oh my god, a black cat's just walked down the street. So it does feel better, but it's still not perfect. Now the car's going in on Thursday for a service, and I'm going to ask the guys when it goes for a service if they can do an aircon check for me, check there's no leaks and things like that, because there's obviously still something wrong with it. I mean, it's definitely better, I will say that, but it's still not perfect. That feels colder now. That actually feels colder. When I first turned it on, there was a real strong gust of cold air. I'll ask them to check it on Thursday. Without it getting expensive, I don't know what else it can be.